Hi, everyone. If you feel like you've lost your spark, your motivation is gone, and you're just going through the motions, stay with me. Because today we're going to learn about why your drive faded, how to reset your brain and your habits, and how to wake that inner fire back up without the toxic positivity or pressure. I'm Shannon Shore, the F-Bomb coach, and today we're going to talk about reigniting your drive. Losing your drive feels scary. You look at things you used to care about, and now you just feel flat. You keep asking, what's wrong with me? You watch other people around you grind and grow, and you feel stuck in neutral. Step one is to first understand why your drive faded. Your spark doesn't just vanish out of nowhere. There's usually a mix of reasons, and once you see them, you can stop feeling crazy and start feeling clear, and then come up with a path to change your life. Reason number one, burnout and overload. You've been pushing for too long without real rest. Not scrolling, not fake rest, but real rest. Your brain says, if you're not going to slow down, I'm going to do it for you. That looks like zero motivation, brain fog, and no emotion even about the stuff you love. Burnout is real. It might sneak up on you, and it takes a long time to dig out. Reason number two, lack of meaning. Does this goal still fit who you are now? Sometimes your drive dies because your goal doesn't match who you are. You might be chasing goals that belong to a past version of you, or maybe to your parents or your boss or social media, but not you. Your mind says, why would I bother putting energy into something that doesn't feel like me? Reason number three, fear and perfectionism. Perfectionism often hides behind, I don't feel motivated. You're not lazy. You're scared of starting. You're scared of failing. So you freeze. You tell yourself you're going to start when you feel ready or inspired, but that day never comes, so your spark fades even more. Reason number four, low energy and basic needs. If you're sleep deprived, under eating, sitting all day, your body is in survival mode. It's hard to feel driven when your fuel tank is empty. So now that we have the reasons that you might have lost your drive, now we're going to start talking about how to reset things. So step two is to reset your mindset about motivation and how you think about it. You've been sold a lie that motivation has to come first, and then that's going to help you act. If you wait to feel like it before you start, if you're waiting for that spark to magically come back, oftentimes in real life, the action has to happen first, and that helps the feeling return. So we're going to start with this. Stop chasing the motivation and start creating motion. Motion is a small, simple action, not a whole life overhaul, just one clear move. You let your motion wake your spark up instead of waiting for motivation to push you to make the motion. So you're flipping things around here. Then we have the 2-minute rule. Take one thing you want to get back into and break it into a 2-minute action. If you want to get back into working out, your 2-minute action is to put on your shoes and do 10 squats. If you want to get back into content creation, open your notes app and write 3 video ideas in 2 minutes. If you want to get back into studying, set a timer for 2 minutes and read 1 page. You're not trying to do it all. You're trying to prove to yourself, to your brain, I still move even when I don't feel like it. Why tiny wins matter. Tiny actions sound weak. You might say 2 minutes, what is that going to accomplish? But it starts to change how you see yourself. You go from, I have no drive, I have no motivation, to saying to yourself, I still show up in small ways. That identity shift is what lets your spark grow again. You're teaching your brain that you can still do the thing. And once your brain sees that and your brain sees the progress, then that spark starts to ignite again. So step 3, we're going to talk about fixing your energy before you fix the goals. You can't reignite your drive if your body is completely drained. Motivation isn't just mindset. It's partially a mindset, but it's also a body problem. So you start with a simple energy check. Ask yourself these questions. Did I sleep at least 7 hours most nights this week? Have I eaten real food today? Have I moved my body in the last 24 hours? If all three are a hard no, your main issue right now isn't lack of discipline, it's low fuel. You need to give your body what it needs so that your brain can do the things that you want it to do. Set a bare minimum routine on days that you have low energy. You want to keep it simple. So when we look at these low bar standards are for if you want to get back into working out, right? This isn't about becoming a fitness influencer. It's about giving your brain enough fuel to care again. One glass of water when you wake up, a 5 to 10 minute walk or stretch, one actual meal with protein. You can have a bare minimum energy routine for all different areas of your life. What does a bare minimum routine look like for your job, for your side hustle, for your family? You need to decide what is good enough. What is enough to keep you in the game, present, so that you're doing something and you're pushing that needle forward just a little bit. That's all we need to do. Remove guilt from rest. Let that one sink in. A whole lot of you, especially my high achieving ADHD women who are in deep burnout, because you would always feel guilty if you just sat down and did nothing. But sometimes the most productive thing you can do for your drive is real rest. Fake rest is things like doom scrolling in a dark room. Well, I'm laying down, but you're not because your brain is still firing nonstop. Rest is sleep, fresh air, a walk, a conversation, a hobby that has no pressure attached to it. Bottom line, you earn nothing by running yourself into the ground. And a whole lot of you are doing that every day. Step 4 is realign your goals. You might be trying to reignite a spark for a life you no longer want. And that is your brain hitting the brakes. It's trying to protect you from wasting years on the wrong thing because your brain's like, this is nuts. So first, do an alignment check. Take one big goal you feel no drive for. Ask yourself these 3 things. Did I choose this for me or for someone else? Does this still match the person I am today? If no one praised or judged me for it, would I still want it? If your answer is no, your problem isn't motivation, your problem is misalignment. You need to have a different goal. And that leads us to permission to pivot. You're allowed to adjust, shrink, or change your goals without calling it a failure. You can change your mind. That doesn't make you a failure. You can keep the same direction, but change the method. Maybe become a millionaire entrepreneur shifts to build a stable, meaningful career with room for my mental health because the other one was burning you out. Maybe post daily shifts to post consistently with quality I'm proud of. You let go of the things that aren't serving you and find the things that fit the way your brain likes to work. Make goals smaller and closer. Your brain likes clear, near, and doable goals. Instead of fix my whole life, try this week, I will do 3 actions that matter to me. That is rebuilding the trust with yourself. That is rebuilding trust with your brain because your brain can see you said you were going to do it and you actually did it. You don't wait for motivation to show up every single day. You build a structure that carries you even when you're not feeling it. Think of it like rails for a train. It just keeps you on the path. Your spark moves easier when there is a path. Every day, pick 3 small non-negotiables, things that support your energy, your goals, and your mental health. So it's a total of 9 things, 3 for each. For your energy, what can you do to support your energy? You can drink water. You can move for 5 minutes. I said 9 things. It's 3 things. You're picking one for each of them. Sorry. For your goal, your main big goal that you're working on, maybe you'll send 1 email. Maybe you'll write 1 paragraph. Maybe you'll film 1 clip. For your mental health, journal for 5 minutes. Text 1 friend. Sit in silence with no phone. So your 3 things might be, I'm going to drink a glass of water first thing in the morning. Then I'm going to go to my desk and I'm going to write this email. And then I'm going to take a walk and I'm leaving my phone at home. Those three things are your non-negotiables for the day. You keep them small so that they feel doable, so that even on low motivation days, you can still do them and the day can still be a win. At the end of the day, write down 3 wins. And they can be those tiny things. I got out of bed on time. I replied to that message. I took a walk instead of scrolling. Your 3 wins might be your 3 daily non-negotiables that you were able to hold to. It might be things that you did above and beyond your non-negotiables that you're proud of. Your brain needs proof that you're not stuck. You're moving even if it's slower than what you want to do. You're not going to wake up tomorrow as a totally different person. You're not going to have perfect drive magically. Your spark comes back in waves. Some days you're going to feel on fire and some days you're going to be really quiet, and both are normal. When you miss a day, something doesn't go right. You slip back into old habits. You need to stop that story in your head from starting with, see, I knew I was going to fail. You need to start training yourself to say, I reset. I get to try again today. Yesterday wasn't great. Today's a new day. Write down a tiny plan for bad days so you don't have to think when you feel low. Have a bad day plan. Text one safe person. Step outside for 3 minutes. Do one 2-minute action related to your main goal. If you manage those 3, you win the day. That's it. That day's not a loss. You've done what you set out to do, but you need to have that plan in place before the bad day happens, because on a bad day, you can't think. And to push yourself through is pushing yourself closer to burnout. Thank you very much for staying with me today. If this helped, please hit like so more ADHD women can find it. Hit subscribe if you'd like to find more videos with tips and strategies like this.